There are names that define football, and then there are names that define the human spirit. Cristiano Ronaldo is not just a story of goals, trophies, and fame. He is the living embodiment of what it means to never give up. His journey, written through sweat, sacrifice, and unstoppable willpower, is not just for football fans. It's for anyone who's ever been told they can't. It's for anyone who's ever fallen, failed, or been forgotten and still chose to rise. Ronaldo's life began far away from luxury, on a small island called Madeira, off the coast of Portugal. The youngest of 4 children, born into a humble family, Cristiano grew up in a home where dreams often felt impossible. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, was a gardener who struggled with alcohol. His mother, Maria Dolores, worked long hours as a cook and cleaner just to keep food on the table. They had love, but little else. For most kids, the world gives them time to dream. But for Ronaldo, childhood was a race, a fight against hunger, against poverty, against circumstance. He would play football on the streets barefoot, using whatever he could find as a ball. And even then, people noticed something strange about that boy. He never wanted to stop. When the others went home, he stayed. When the rain fell, he played harder. When he lost, he trained longer. It wasn't talent alone that made him different. It was obsession. At 12 years old, his life changed forever. He left home, leaving behind his family and the only world he'd ever known, to join Sporting Lisbon. Alone in a new city, surrounded by strangers, Ronaldo faced nights of loneliness and tears. He missed his mother. He missed his island. But deep inside, he made a promise. I will make it. I will make them proud. That promise became his fuel. While others slept, he trained. When others complained, he improved. But the world was not kind to him. Coaches said he was too skinny. Teammates mocked his accent. Some laughed at his dreams. But Ronaldo learned early that people's opinions don't define you, your persistence does. Then came the moment that could have ended everything. At just 15, doctors discovered he had a heart condition, a racing heart that could have stopped his career before it even began. Many would have given up. But not Cristiano. He underwent surgery, and within days of recovery, he was back on the pitch. He didn't see obstacles, he saw tests, and every test he faced, he answered with fire. His talent began to shine, and soon Europe noticed. In 2003, a teenager from Portugal was signed by Manchester United. For Ronaldo, it was a dream come true, but also the beginning of the hardest chapter yet. The Premier League was physical, ruthless, and cold. Critics called him a show pony, mocked his tricks, doubted his strength. But what they didn't understand was that every insult to Cristiano Ronaldo was like adding fuel to a volcano. He didn't complain, he evolved. He trained harder than anyone. He built his body like a machine, perfected every shot, studied every movement. He became obsessed with greatness. Sir Alex Ferguson saw it, the hunger, the madness, and helped shape him into one of the deadliest players the game has ever seen. By 2008, Cristiano Ronaldo had won his first Ballon d'Or. The boy from Madeira had become the best in the world. But here's where most people stop. They reach the top and slow down. Not him. For Ronaldo, success wasn't a finish line. It was a beginning. When he joined Real Madrid in 2009, the expectations were monstrous. A world record transfer, millions watching, waiting, ready to judge. But Cristiano didn't shrink from pressure. He thrived on it. He turned pressure into performance, doubt into dominance. And for the next decade, he rewrote football history. He broke records that seemed untouchable. He scored more goals than anyone could count. He lifted trophies that others only dreamed of. But beneath all that glory was one lesson. He never stopped working. Even when he was at the top, he trained as if he were still that hungry boy from Madeira. He arrived first at training. He left last. He analyzed his body, his diet, his sleep, every single detail. Greatness wasn't luck. It was discipline repeated daily. Yet life, as always, tested him again. Injuries, criticism, age all came for him. When others said he was finished, he proved them wrong again and again. From Manchester to Madrid, from Turin to Riyadh, Ronaldo carried the same flame. Never give up. But perhaps the most powerful moments weren't when he was winning, they were when he was hurting. When his father died in 2005, he was devastated. When his newborn son passed away in 2022, the world saw the human behind the legend. Even in grief, he showed resilience. He stood tall, reminding everyone that strength isn't about pretending not to feel pain. It's about continuing despite it. That's what Ronaldo teaches us, that failure, pain, and loss are not the end, they're part of the process. He never allowed circumstances to define him. When people told him, "You can't," he answered with action. When life tried to break him, he used the pieces to build something stronger. He's proof that greatness isn't given, it's earned through endless persistence. Every goal he scored was a story of struggle. Every celebration was built on nights of tears, sweat, and self-belief. And look at him now. Even at an age when most players retire, he still pushes his body beyond limits, still trains like he's chasing his first contract, still hungry for more. Because for Cristiano Ronaldo, life isn't about being the best once, it's about being relentless. So, what does his life teach us about never giving up? It teaches us that where you start doesn't define where you finish. It teaches us that success isn't about luck, but consistency. It teaches us that pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. It teaches us that no matter how many times the world doubts you, what truly matters is how many times you rise. Ronaldo's story is not just football, it's philosophy. It's about resilience, purpose, and self-belief. It's about waking up every day with one mission: to be better than yesterday, to silence the noise, to fight your battles quietly, and let your results speak. From the streets of Madeira to the grandest stadiums on earth, Ronaldo proved that the impossible is only an opinion. He is a reminder that greatness is not born, it's built, hour by hour, year by year, moment by moment. When life gets hard, remember Cristiano Ronaldo, the boy who left home at 12, cried himself to sleep, got mocked, broke records, and still works like he's got something to prove. Remember his fire, his focus, his refusal to surrender. Because his life is living proof of one timeless truth. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you rise. Cristiano Ronaldo never gave up. And neither should you.